Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. This is Madden 18 on EA Sports. The stakes have been raised here in the wild card round as it's time to win or get an early start on the offseason. It's the Saints going up against the Seahawks.
Larry, no trip to the Northwest is really complete without a little rain, and we're going to get plenty of it here at CenturyLink Field in Seattle. Tonight, it's the NFC's turn to take center stage as we've got a wild card matchup on tap between the New Orleans Saints and the Seattle Seahawks. Win or go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC wildcard game. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And trotting out there, their tall quarterback standing at 6'5". Play fake here on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They establish the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down.
Now let's go.
He'll look to throw. Got a man. It's Brashad Perriman. And he's going to be out of bounds right at the 40. 15 yards through the air and a first down. The offense lining up 1st and 10. And an alley to run. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
All right, here we go. Green, 39. Green.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Throw right side to Perriman, and it's caught. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Give this time to the tailback. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. They'll look to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one, because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
That's certainly playing down a distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by the guy under center, Charles, their quarterback. They go play action here on first down. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. He's got a man complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield across the 45. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
Let's go. Green, 39.
one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
One of the beauties of a 3-4 defense is that you have flexibility with your linebackers, and you can put them in different spots. But one of the downsides is an offensive team that's committed to running the football, you can get your big offensive linemen up on linebackers quicker, and it usually gives you an advantage in running it.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he goes out of bounds inside the 10 at the 9. They give him a gain of 37.
Usually hitting a deep post pattern, as we just saw there for a big gainer, that's tough to do because you usually have a safety or two in the middle of the field. But if you hit enough crossers and underneath routes and curls, you start to get those guys creeping up wanting to make plays on the football. It's the equivalent of a change-up in baseball. You show your other stuff, throw the change-up, and on that play, it worked for big yardage.
And now a first down following that long gain. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to pull his way down to about the 1-yard line. A good run on first down, and now they contemplate a 2nd and goal situation.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Offense looks to punch it in here from the 1. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Saints have taken the early lead. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Will Lutz on for the point after. Footing likely going to be an issue all night here on a rainy night, but this one is good. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Lutz now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now back out comes the offense. I guess you could say they're kind of fortunate to be in the position that they're in, able to host as a division champ, because it's really one of the weakest divisions in the NFL.
And there's often the discussion every time, right, that 4th seed, should they actually be hosting? Because sometimes it turns out that division winner has a lesser record than wild card teams that get in, and some people think that'd be a more fair way of doing things. But I got to tell you, I personally like it. The winning a division title, I don't care what the division, how it's ranked, it still means something to me, and I like the fact that they get the host.
I think that that's the reason you have the divisions. If you didn't just stack them all up and take the best 6 records, but there's a division for a reason, and the champion hosts the first round.
And the first rule of thumb in building a team, build a team to win your division. Beat those teams first, then you go from there.
And this defensive line will be looking to control the point of attack.
And that's what they've done throughout this season. This is a terrific unit. They play together very, very well, and they don't permit big plays to happen.
Nine yards still remaining here to pick up the first on 2nd down. As they run the counter play. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to make it 3rd down and 10.
Well, forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
But no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
Here's Bradley Pena now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This is fielded at the 27. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans.
When you've got a guy that fast back there to receive punts, that's a nightmare for the guy game planning, the special teams coach. But it's also a nightmare for the punter. Sometimes they get so nervous that they mishit the ball and kick it right to him.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0. Well, it's no secret. That's why they have him return punts. He has the capability to take them back, and he did so there. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. Lutz will look to add the extra point. And it is now 21-0. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either. Wow, that play got shut down in a hurry.
As soon as the snap came, you could see defensively they were just closing in. That was going nowhere.
Yeah, you count on your offensive line to give you a little bit of space, a little bit of time so you can make a move. There was none there for him.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
They're going to look to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
They'll set up a throw. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did.
319! 319!
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
The Saints put up 29 points a game last year, second only to the Falcons, and they're in range to get some points on this drive as well. First and 10.
Here we go. 319!
Back to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll make it a second down. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
Second down now after the pass completion. Look to throw here. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's third down. And the big meat on the D-line. We'll see how they do today.
And I'd hate to be an offensive lineman having to deal with these guys. They come in hungry, mean, and confident. They think that no one can block them. A nickel look by Seattle on third down.
Yep, 5 defensive backs now.
Here we go now. 319!
Back to throw here. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's fourth down.
I think it's pretty safe to say that when you're up 3 touchdowns, the last thing you want to do is hang one up there and put it in jeopardy and possibly get it intercepted. You got a nice lead. You should be able to protect it. But if you get careless with the football, look out.
So 1 quarter in the books here on the opening weekend of the NFC playoffs. It's already 24-zip. That's our score. We'll be back to Seattle right after this.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2, as we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. Lutz now to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. Nifty move. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Now this offense ready to head back out there. So they won their division and earned the right to play at home in the first round of the playoffs. But this one is not going to script so far.
Nowhere did they have the thought process that they'd be down double digits. But the good thing is it's the first half. You and I know, I mean, you've been with me long enough now. Hang with the game plan. Stay the course for a while. Don't panic and change up things. Keep grinding. Long way to go in this ball.
That was my question to you. You don't throw everything away at this point. Stay on course.
Stay on course. Obviously, you want to eliminate the things that have caused you to be down double digits. But at the same time, you're not getting it all back in one play. Keep going. The game plan was put in there for a reason. There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield, But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Hurry up, here we go. 319. 319.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
No gain on that run, and while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about a different style of running in order to get this guy going.
Double tight, guys, double tight. Here we go now. Blue landing. Hot blue landing.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Over the middle, complete. It's Harvey, and he's going to get this inside the 30. 12 yards there as they move the chains. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
He's got his man on the crossing route. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. To try here for the extra point. He's got it, and that makes our score 24-7. The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Able to shake free for about 7 up to the 35.
He hasn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Now let's go. 319.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
First down, he'll drop to throw. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
He'll drop to throw. Forced out to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
They brought in an extra defensive back here, so probably not expecting a run on 3rd and 3.
A good call.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll set up to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
Set. 319. 319.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. That one 28 yards on the ground.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
Here we go now. Blue landed.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC?
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. And the lead is now 24. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. Lutz now to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
319.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Let's go. Green 39.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
No gain on that run, and while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I've got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more.
And now here's a carry heading left. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he showcased the spin, but couldn't do much else as he's wrangled down. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. They'll drop the throw. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Alex Anzalone coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. The Seahawks on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 16. Now back to throw. Going for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Seattle. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. And they must have seen something leading up to this one that said, hey, we're going to be able to go deep, because they've gone deep with a lot of success.
And pick your phrase, pick your code words, your buzzwords, whatever, vertical stretch, deep passes, go routes, right? What's that route you love? What's that route you love? 4 verts. All of it working because they're able to find ways to get deep, and for him to show off that big, big arm.
We see some of that big arm right here. He has been great.
Here we go now. 3-19.
They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back with more NFC playoff action after this. A reminder, as we did all through the regular season, we'll check in with Larry Ridley at halftime. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Gun. They'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little game. Looking to throw. And a throw right sideline is complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but able to take it inside the 40-yard line. A very solid gain of 27. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go for a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Okay, so now the question, how did he get that wide open?
Well, we both know that he shouldn't, because from the time they handed out scouting reports before this game, he was circled, starred, everything. Find him, cover him. But sometimes you can scheme a guy open. You put the receivers in a bunch. Maybe you move some motion. Maybe you put them on the backside of a formation, and all of a sudden you've got a better matchup. Every now and then, the offensive guys, they figure a way to get him open.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you get 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Arnold. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass trade in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
To throw now on 2nd and 10. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. Marquell Lee not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Partner, I know the ball security is preached like crazy, but every now and then you've got to know when to get rid of the football and save a little bit of yardage if you're a quarterback.
Because now if you're the offensive coordinator, what does it do if it was 3rd and 10 versus 3rd and much longer as it is now?
Yeah, it changes everything in terms of play calling and the pressure you might expect to face on the very next down. Had to throw the ball away and save the yardage. He didn't get it done.
The secondary has been roasted in this first half, and they're going to measure revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back. But that's one step in the proper direction.
Out now is the field goal. For New Orleans. They'll spot it at the 30, so this is a 40-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further. It's a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they get the field goal near the end of the first half to expand that lead.
Yeah, that's got to feel good, but they can't let up. Now on the kickoff, they've got to make sure they don't give up a big return or big yardage to set up the other team for one last chance to score themselves.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one taken from the 7. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
So we come upon halftime here in this NFC Wild Card matchup as we send you cross-country to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando with our halftime report. Here's Larry Ridley.
All right, Brandon, back to you guys in a minute. But first, it's indeed time for our EA Sports halftime report. The Seahawks are really having a tough time right now. The Saints have looked great and seem on their way to advancing if they can just keep the style of play up for another half. Here we go. Let's do this. Here's your first half highlights. Saints have it later on the drive. He'll cut it out right on the outside run. And this 4-play drive goes for a touchdown. That takes the lead up to 7. Seahawks would punt it away. And this long run goes for a touchdown. The Saints up by 2 touchdowns. Now first and 10. Here's the throw is hurried and picked off. Alexander's going to run it back for the TD as they go up here at 21-0. First and 10. Pass coverage will break down here. And 29 yards later, he'll go in for the score. Seahawks trail now by 17. Now first and breaks down here, and this play will go for 6. Saints go up by 24. So that's all for us here at the EA Sports Studio. We'll get you back out to the field now for some more playoff action.
So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded at the 8. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also what they were saying is, don't expect them to be the same on defense. They'll be the ones making the adjustments. Let's see what they do, and we'll attack accordingly.
And we'll see how they attack here. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Green 39! Green 39!
Back to throw now on first down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
Well, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away, turns into a nice play.
Second down following the incompletion. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at about the 43. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with third and still 7 yards to go.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The Saints on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Now let's go! Blue landing!
Over the middle, complete. It's Arnold. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
All right, here we go. 319! 319! Hot! Check. Watch the D4. Back 99 Philly. Here we go. Now, party.
Play clock winding down. And he's going to bring this one down to right about the 20-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
And now inside the red zone, the offense will operate.
Tight end right. Watch tight. Tight end right. All right, here we go. Green, 39.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So it'll be first down here after the run.
Double tight, guys. Double tight. Set. Green, 39. Green, 39.
And they give this time to the tailback. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. In a 3-4 defense there, and against the run, a lot of responsibility can fall on that nose tackle.
A ton of responsibility, no pun intended, because they've got to deal with not just the center, both guards, and a lot of times they have to eat up double teams in order to let the rest of the guys get to the football. But how about that play? He not only did he eat up the double team, he ate up the ball carrier as well.
I was going to say, talking about puns, you said eat up the double team. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the 2nd half. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Now a handoff here to his running back. And not much there as he gets it up to about the 5-yard line. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right, he's pretty much been completely neutralized. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And, he is really laid out that time. Not flat on his back at the 13-yard line.
Many different ways. To create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Let's go! Green, 39!
And he'll give it here to his running back. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. They were in the 4-3. Mike linebacker made a great tackle.
And when that happens, generally it means that the guys up front, the forward down defensive linemen, have absorbed all the blockers and allowed him to run free to the football. He ends up with a textbook tackle.
All right, here we go. 3-19!
And to give this time to the tailback. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
Oftentimes when you're not winning at the point of attack for an offensive line, maybe they're getting out physical, spread things out a little bit and make it more of a one-on-one blocking scheme. Then you don't have to win it physically. You just have to win it by position. That may open things up for your running backs.
Looking middle, and that's complete. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. They do get 9, but it leads to fourth down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Fielded at about the 28. A well-hit ball there. 50 yards on the punt, 3 on the return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a second time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and again, that second score here in the third quarter.
Watch tight end, watch tight end. Tight right, tight right. Here we go now. Green, 39. Green, 39. Take the running back, 25.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one, maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to let this one go deep. The guy's man complete. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. 71 yards. And the Saints just continue to roll. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. That's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long,
Backyard.
man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
No going for two. They'll kick the point after. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. As Seattle now ready to march onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Here we go.
Now a play fake here on first down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And a big hit there as he runs into a brick wall right there around the 35-yard line. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Running back, and he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 1 quarter remains in this NFC Wild Card matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington, and this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. The Seahawks on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 19. On play action, they'll throw. And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Bradley Pinion now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And here now the offense heading back out there. And, you know, both of us gave these guys a real shot coming in here, but I don't think anyone saw this on the road with this lead in the Playoffs. They've looked good a lot of times this year. This is probably as good as they've looked.
Well, it's been a textbook game for them because what you talk about as a visiting team is putting the pressure on the home team. And what puts more pressure on a home team than to be behind the entire game? Because the home crowd's there really for a coronation. They expect to win. And when you're behind, it takes the crowd out of the game. And then the crowd gets a little bit uncomfortable, maybe a little bit frustrated with the home team. And that gives you an extra advantage. So they've done it perfectly. Big lead, put everything back on the home team, and they're capitalizing.
And right now, that crowd, silent.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bithema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech.
Here we go. Green 39.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Gross. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Fresh set of downs here.
Now let's go. 319. 319.
Now a handoff looking right. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Now let's go. 319. 319.
He'll look to throw. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Second down to the offense, needing 5 yards.
Watch tight, watch tight. Tight end right, tight end right. All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Hot.
Time running out here on the play clock. And his first carry, he loses the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
What's left? What's left? Nice, sweetheart.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
See it now playing, understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays. Makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down.
All right, here we go. Watch you now, Barney. Hot!
Now we've got whistles and movement up front. I think this is against Seattle.
False start, offense.
And that'll set them back 5.
Still second down.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Seahawks on third down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. They'll look to throw. He's got a first down past the 30. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is now with his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
And nearly picked off there, almost intercepted. Instead, second down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
He'll look to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Call it a pickup of 7, and they're going to face a third down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The Seahawks on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. It looked like he might beat that last man. He doesn't, though, but it goes as a 32-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. They come into enemy territory, and I don't care what the matchup is in the National Football League. You're up like this late in the game on the road. This feels pretty good.
Oh, it feels fantastic. Anytime you get a road victory in the NFL, that's a big-time accomplishment, and to do it this convincingly, that just tears up the script that every home team has, which is nobody comes into our house and pushes us around. They took care of business today.
Yeah, they pushed around, and now the final stages of this one. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again, go play action, and hit them over the top.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down.
Strong left. Strong left. Strong left. Hurry up. Here we go. 319. 319.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And he'll get this up to about the 40. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90. Hot.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be, but we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just got past the wild card round.
How about that, being able to put the big check marks up in the locker room, right? Get to the wild card game, check, got that done. Win a wild card game, big check. Now you've got to go ahead and set your sights higher. There is a bigger prize out there, and they still have an opportunity.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say good night from Seattle.
Ball.